Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm just going to move this a little bit. All right, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where do you want to start? Standing up? John says we're standing up.
At ease.
Get up.
You what?
If we can get up.
If you can get back up, right.
You gotta get down and then you get up.
See, he's smart. He stays standing up, so he can decide. All right. So let's see, what do we want to do today? Usually we do something where we work on something, but today we're going to avoid something. So we're going to try and do class with the least amount of wrists as possible. Just every once in a while, it's good to keep something relaxed, and maybe if you're raking a lot of leaves, it's nice to give the wrist a break. So let me see, does that help if I move over a little bit this way? All right. Okay, still in the picture. Okay, so let's start with our first balance pose. We're gonna do palm tree. So if you have your chair, you want to use your chair for that, you are welcome to do that. Actually, for our viewer at home, we'll do, I'll show you with the chair too. I'll do it sideways here. So we're gonna come up on the toes and we're gonna lift the arms. So that's our pose, lifting the arms, coming up on the toes. When we come up, we want to use the breath. So we're going to inhale to come up, exhale to come down. Inhale, coming up, exhale down. So you can switch which arm that you're using if you want to do one arm at a time, or if you have a shoulder that hurts, you can do just one arm. And if there's feet issues, you can just use the arms and you don't have to move the feet. So we're extending the whole spine as we come up and paying attention to what the feet are doing. So noticing the toes, the arch of the foot, and maybe when you come back down, bring the arms down, lift the toes up. So we kind of have movement in the whole foot. Excellent. All right, so when you finished your last one, we're going to take a pause and come into our mountain pose, or what we call mountain pose. Other groups might call it Tadasana or Samastiti. So there you go. I won't have a quiz after, guys. All right, there you go. So big toes together. The heels are a couple inches apart. I'm planning on doing a bunion video and a foot video, maybe next week, explaining kind of how our feet are pointing affects our knees and our hips. So if we stand like this, we're putting the weight on the front part of the ball of the foot, and that can increase likelihood for bunions. So finding that nice, tall, comfortable posture. Feel the length in the spine. And let's see, what do we want to do? Let's do front of the body here, because it's sometimes easier to feel. So we have these three bones here in the sternum. So the top one moves up and the bottom two move down. So we have this movement of the front of the rib cage opening, making space in between the ribs. Feeling the feet rooted into the earth. If you've got your balance and you want, you can lift the toes up and notice what they're doing. And then see if you can put down one toe at a time. So start with the big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and then pinky toe. I know we're coming up on boot weather, so I want to get as much movement and flexibility in the toes as we can before we're jamming them in for more snow. All right. And then when you're ready, we'll come out of our mountain pose and come into some more movement. So let's find our first warrior. And we're going to start with turning that left foot out, and we're going to step this right foot forward. I was working with somebody with this pose, and in my first teacher training, we were taught to square the hips to the front of the mat, and that's not what we want to do. That puts a little bit too much torque on the sacrum, where the spine comes into the pelvis. So this little area here, if we torque it too much. So what you're aiming for, instead of going all the way like this, which you can do, but it's just too much on that lower back, is kind of aim for that far corner of the mat. And everybody's in a different body, so maybe you're not even going that far, and that's okay. You're finding your comfortable spot. So then let's move this front knee. So we're going to inhale with the leg straight. On the exhale, bend that front knee. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Excellent. And then bend the knee, push off, and step it back. All right, let's go to the other side. Turn that right foot out, step that left foot forward. Same thing on this side. Finding that comfortable angle first, and then we're going to bend the knee. So inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. So going nice and slow and feeling the tracking of the knee. So we don't want to be going out to one side or the other. We want to kind of be aiming towards that second toe. And how far you go isn't as important as the track, if that makes sense. So you can go past the foot a little bit. That might do something on that back calf if your legs are far apart, but just having it in that nice, smooth motion. All right, bend the knee, push off, and step it back. Excellent. All right, let's add the arms. So if you have any wrist or elbow or shoulder issues today or any day, we're going to go through all three. So hands to the heart, cactus arms, and then arms straight up. If any of those are uncomfortable, stick with the one that feels good for you. Okay? So left foot out, right foot forward. And we'll do a couple rounds. Here we go. So we're going to inhale, hands to heart. Bend that front knee. Exhale, bring it back. Second time, cactus arms. Exhale, bring it back. Third time, arms come straight up. Exhale, back. Second round, hands to heart. Cactus arms. And then arms straight up. Next, one more round. Inhale, hands to heart. Second time, cactus arms. And one last time. Beautiful. Okay, bend that front leg, push off, step back, and we'll switch sides. Right foot out to the side, left foot forward. And here we go on this side. So we're going to inhale, hands to heart, bend the knee. Exhale, back. Cactus arms. And arms straight up. Excellent. Second time, hands to heart. Cactus arms. And arms straight up. Excellent. Last time through, hands to heart. Cactus arms. And arms straight up. Nice. All right, bend that knee, push off, and step it back. All right, let's do another balance pose. We'll kind of go back and forth here. Let's do our tree pose. Since I have the chair, I'm gonna just, for our viewer at home, or if anybody else watches it any other time, just in case there's any balance issues, show you with the chair. If you don't need one, don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my first foot. It's gonna be my right foot on the floor. You can do either one. Just do both sides even. Okay, so option A is that left heel above that right ankle. And then, can't see in the picture, but paying attention to this hip. So we want it nice and strong and tall. And then the other one is open, so that knee can open up to the side. So you can hold on to your chair if you want, or hands at the heart. And then we're going to grow our branches. So your arms can come up or out or whatever your tree looks like today. Mine looks a little like the wind's blowing. It's not outside. And then if you have your balance and you want, you can bring that foot up higher. So we've got it on the calf or up above the knee. We don't want to put it on the knee. All those soccer players with their torn ligaments in their knee, they're gonna not want you to do that. So if you get a little wobbly, extend with the crown of the head, nice. And then I always say it last, but it's the most important thing. You got to breathe. And then coming out nice and gracefully. Excellent. Check it out. And then when you're ready, let's go to the other side. All right. So starting with the left foot in the mat, or whichever one you didn't do before. That other heel comes above that ankle. Check in with this hip, nice and tall and strong. Other hip is open. And then you can have a hand on that chair or hands at the heart. When you have your balance, if you want, you can grow your branches. And let's start with breathing first. I always do that one last. So we'll breathe first. Extend with the crown of the head. If you get a little wobbly, if you have your balance and you want, you can bring your foot up higher. If you fall out of your pose, you know you can always come back into it. And then when you're ready, coming out nice and gracefully. Excellent. Check it out. All right, let's come into our warrior two. And this time we're going to start with our left foot forward. Right foot is at an angle anywhere from 45 to 90, depending on how that feels for you. Torso is going to face the same direction as that back foot. And again, without too much torque in there. So it should feel just coming up to that edge of tension. All right, hands together at the heart, arms open out to the sides, and then we're going to find that front knee bent over that front ankle. And again, this is, we want to have that in a nice line with that second toe. And that knee can go as far or as not as far as comfortable. So my first cue is always loose, let the shoulders fall away from the ears. I have a tendency to pull them up. So extend out with the fingers. Gaze is over those left fingers or whichever you have in front. And let's take a couple breaths here and just check in with the body. Just notice where you're feeling this pose. And if shoulders, elbows, wrists, anything gets tired, you can always bring your hands to the hips or hands to the heart. All right, so let's go back first. So right arm comes down to that right thigh, open that left palm up. Left hand comes up. Gaze can be up at that left hand or at the horizon or maybe towards the floor, depending on how that feels for you. And then let's come down to our side angle pose. So that left forearm is going to come to that left thigh. Right hand, we're going to start on that right hip so we can send that right shoulder back towards that back wall. And then if you want, you can bring that right hand up towards the ceiling, or maybe like it overhead. But feeling that stretch in the body from the fingers to the toes. And maybe you feel it mostly in the hip or in the shoulder, or maybe even in the calf. Just notice. There's no right or wrong answer for that. And then when you're ready, let's windmill all the way around back to Peaceful Warrior. And then back to side angle pose. And you can leave that right hand on that right hip if that's more comfortable, straight up towards the ceiling or overhead. And then one more time through Peaceful Warrior. And one more side angle pose. All right, grab that invisible rope coming back up to Warrior Two, extend out. And then we're going to drop the arms and step the feet back together. Shake the feet out. And then let's go to the other side. So we'll step that right foot forward. Hands together at the heart, arms open to the side, and then we're going to find that front knee over that front ankle. Extending out through the fingers. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then Peaceful Warrior first, left arm comes down, right palm up towards the ceiling. Gaze can be up at that right hand, at the horizon, or down at the floor, wherever that feels good for you. And then when you're ready, let's come into our side angle pose. Right forearm onto that right thigh. Left hand comes to that left hip, and then send that left shoulder back. If you want to, from there, bring that arm up towards the ceiling or overhead, depending on what works for you today. Excellent. Let's come back all the way around to Peaceful Warrior. And back to side angle pose. Excellent. One more time through Peaceful Warrior. And our last side angle pose. Grab that invisible rope, pulling back up. Come into our Warrior Two. Extend out through the fingers, soften the shoulders. And then we'll release the arms down and step the feet back together. Excellent. Shake the legs out, shake the feet out. And let's come up to We'll move some of our joints while we're standing, and then we'll do the feet when we come down to the floor. So let's start with arms straight out in front. We'll do the wrists first. Feet can be nice and wide. Tuck the thumb, wrap the fingers around, make circles around with the wrists. Excellent. Getting into the elbows and the shoulders, doing what feels good. Reverse direction. Excellent. And then we're going to clasp the hands together, palms together, interlace the fingers, and make figure eights. And then let's take a pause and open the hands apart and switch which fingers on top and do a couple more. Excellent. And then we'll open that, shake it out. Let's come up to the neck. So we'll start with the down and up. So we'll inhale here at neutral, exhale, head comes down towards the chest. Inhale, looking up, just as far as is comfortable. Exhale, bring your chin back down towards the chest. Inhale, coming up, looking up. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. And one more full time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way back down. So inhale back to center, and then we're going to do our side to side with the head. So take another inhale. On the exhale, ear to shoulder, either side. Inhale back to center. Exhale other side. Inhale center. Exhale first side. Inhale center. Exhale second side. Inhale center. Exhale first side. If you want to bring that arm out and over, take a moment and breathe into that side, making space between the ear and shoulder. And then when you're ready, inhale, that arm comes up, head comes to center. Exhale, ear to shoulder on the other side. That arm can come out and over, making space between the ear and shoulder. And then when you're ready, inhale, head comes back up. And then let's do our twist. Granny keeping her neck ready so she can drive. Okay, so we're going to inhale, looking straight ahead. On the exhale, gaze comes around towards the side, shoulders stay where they are. Inhale back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Let's do one more time each side. Exhale. The first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Beautiful. Inhale, back to center. And then we're going to go back and do the head up and down, but we're going to add the arms to it. So this is rhomboids, trapezoids, all this area in here. If you spend a lot of time looking down at a computer or at a phone, that area is getting overly stretched. So we need to kind of tighten it back up and so we're all starting to do this with the shoulders coming in and down. So opening them up and coming back. All right, so hands together, elbows together if you can. You're going to exhale and bring the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, open the arms looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, chin comes down, arms come back together. Inhale, open, looking up. And see if you can activate that area that I was pointing out. Exhale, Chin comes down, arms back together. Let's do it one more full time. Inhale, open. Exhale back. Beautiful. Release the arms and head comes back to center. All right, let's come in and do a high lunge, which probably haven't done a lot of those recently. So we're going to come up towards the front of the mat. And I usually like step my leg back to do this. If that's a little bit tricky for your balance, you can step a foot forward and do it. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So I'm going to lift my left knee up, step my left foot all the way back. And if you can stay up on the toes, that's great. If not, that's fine. Just turn and pivot that foot so the heel comes down towards center. So this is great for those strong ankles and that sort of thing. If you can stay up on the foot, if you can't, that's okay. Then we're going to inhale the arms. If shoulders bother, you can do cactus arms. Arms can come straight up or hands can come to the heart. If either one of those is not what you are going to do today. So we'll take a breath or so here. And then to come out, we're going to drop the arms and step the foot back. Excellent. All right, so let's do the other side. I'll lift this right knee up, step that right foot all the way back. And then on the inhale, arms come up. Straight up, cactus arms, hands to heart, whatever works. If you don't want to stay up on that foot, pivot the heel down to the floor. And we'll take another breath if you got it. And then arms come down and step that foot back. Excellent. All right, let's roll the feet out if you want to or can. So if you have a chair and you want to use the chair to do that, you can do that. If you don't need it, that's fine too. You can just hands on the hips. And just coming up maybe onto the top of the toes. If you can, rolling. And then switch feet. Or if you want, you can circle the feet around, off the floor. Excellent. All right, let's come into, let's do a couple half sun salutations and then we'll do our chair pose. All right, so coming up to at least halfway up to the top of the mat, anywhere is fine. Start with the hands at the heart. We're gonna inhale, hands come down, arms come up. On the exhale, arms out to the side, forward fold, and bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to the front of the thighs or the knees. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, bend the knees, arms out to the side, coming all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, arms come out, pushing the feet all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, arms come out all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. All right. So for our chair pose, if you have a block and you want to use it for this, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So put it in between the legs, and that's going to keep the feet and knees nice and strong. If you want to try that, if you don't want to, that's fine. You can bring the feet next to each other and the knees together. So just a couple of different options. So I'm going to do one round with the block, and then I'll do a round without the block. So whichever you prefer is totally fine. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna inhale, bend the knees, arms come up. And then exhale, forward fold. Arms come out. Inhale, come back up, arms up, and then come down into your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Arms can come out, inhale, up. Arms come up, bend the knees. You can always do your cactus arms here too. And one more time, exhale, forward fold. And then one last chair pose. Arms up and then coming into your seat. Excellent, forward fold to release. Remove the block. While you're in your forward fold, you can shake your head, yes and no. Grab opposite elbows. Let the head be heavy. And then coming out, arms to the side, inhale. All the way up, palms together, and start. All right, let's do a round without the block. So you can, if comfortable, bring the feet closer together. That's gonna give you a little bit more work. Or for balance, if you want, you can keep your feet hip width distance apart, or maybe even wider if your balance is not what you want it to be. All right, so let's do a couple more. So we're gonna inhale, arms come up, sitting down into our pretend chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's come right back to that chair pose. Arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do one more chair. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, release. Bend the knees, shake the head, yes and no. You can grab opposite elbows if that's comfortable. And then when you're ready to come out, arms out to the side. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, hand start. Beautiful. All right, let's come into another balance pose. So I'm going to do our favorite eagle pose. So our three options with the feet, you guys probably all know this by now. Both feet on the floor, one foot on a block, or wrapping that leg all the way around. Do it with that side, not that side. All right, so let's start with the block on the outside of the left foot, sorry. If you want to use one, you don't have to. And then the arms, crossing the arms, elephant trunk, or holding onto the shoulders. And let's do, we're gonna do the back bend and the forward bend with this today. So we're gonna do it a little different. All right, so we've got our arms out in our eagle spread. I'm gonna start with the right arm under the left. Bend the knees and cross that right foot over the left. Excellent. All right, we're gonna exhale and fold forward here. And then when you're ready, we're gonna inhale coming up. And we're gonna go up as far as neutral. And then if you wanna keep going into the back bend, you can do that. And then exhale back to center. Unwind the arms and uncross the legs. There you go. All right, if you have a block, you're gonna switch it to the outside of that right foot. Open the arms. This time the left arm comes under the right. Bend the knees, left leg crosses over the right. All right, let's do that same forward fold and back bend. On an exhale, we're gonna fold forward. just going as far as is comfortable. And then inhale, back up to neutral. And then if you want to keep going, gaze up towards the ceiling, just as far as is comfortable. And then exhale back to central. Beautiful. Unwind the arms, uncross the legs, shake it out. All right. And let's see, anything else? Let's do our flying crane, Karate Kid, and then we'll make our way down to the mat. All right, so that one is arms out, one knee up, and then other knee. Okay, ready? Here we go. So we're gonna inhale, arms come up, one knee comes up. Exhale down. Inhale, other side. Exhale down. Okay, you guys have done this. I'm gonna let you go on your own. If you want, you can do one leg at a time. You can add another breath, inhale, and then stay in position. Arms can go forward instead of out to the side. Excellent. And then finishing up evenly. Excellent. All right. Let's come down to our hands and knees. And if that's uncomfortable, you can stay in the chair and do what we're doing in the chair. So we'll do our 6 directions of the spine. So we're gonna start with cat and cow. So that's in the chair, cat and cow. All right, so let's start with the exhale, coming into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Couple more times on your own. See if you can match the movement with the length of the breath. And then we'll come back to neutral. The next one we're going to do is our lateral in the chair. It looks like this. You do that as comfortable. And then for the floor, we're going to bring this right hand over towards the left, turning and looking at that left foot. I'm going to take 3 breaths here. So we're going to inhale right into that right rib cage. Second breath, inhale, right shoulder to right hip. One more breath here, right fingers to right toes. Exhale, right toes all the way up and out the right fingers. Walk that right hand back. And then we'll bring that other hand over. Left hand to the right side, turning and looking at that right foot. 3 breaths on this side. Inhale into that left rib cage. Second breath, left shoulder to left hip. Exhale, left hip to left shoulder. And one more. Inhale, left fingers all the way down to those left toes. Exhale, left toes all the way up to those left fingers. Bring that left hand back. And then let's do a couple cat and cow. Come back to symmetrical. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. All right, neutral spine, and let's come into the twist. So seated, a closed twist is going to be like this. And then an open twist, keep this left hand back here and bring this right hand on this side. So you can do closed or open. We're gonna do our gate pose, which is our open twist. All right, so let's start with the right foot out to the side. And we're gonna do this dynamically. So we're gonna inhale, bring this right arm up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, back. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Tuck that right knee under and send that left foot out. Let's do the other side. So lift the left hand, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Tuck that left knee under. And then let's do the tall version of our gate pose. And that's back to a lateral. All right, so let's start with that left leg out again. Left hand can be on that hip or down that leg. And we're going to do this dynamically too. So we're going to inhale, that right arm up. Exhale, bring it over towards that left foot, just as far as is comfortable. Inhale to vertical. Exhale back towards that left foot. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale. And one last time over. See if you can breathe into that right rib cage. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, release that arm. All right, switch legs. If you have a block you need to switch, you can do that. And then let's bring this right leg out to the side. Right hand on that right hip or down that right leg. We're going to inhale the left arm vertical. Exhale over towards that right foot. Inhale. Exhale over. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do one more. And exhale over. And then a nice big breath into that left rib cage. Vertical on the inhale. Exhale, release. Tuck that knee under. And then we're going to come and sit onto the floor, one side or the other. And then coming up to the top of the mat. And let's actually do our ankles since we're seated up here. So we'll start by pointing the toes up towards the ceiling and extending the heels away from the torso. So if you can, sitting in this close to 90 degrees as possible, maybe. Bend the knees a little bit if those hamstrings are tight. And then let's point, that's our inhale, and flex is our exhale. Excellent. And then circles around. You can do 1 foot at a time or both at the same time. And then soles of the feet towards each other. And then pinky toe back towards the shoulder. If you want to do that full range of motion, you can do that. Or if you just want to do half, if that makes sense, just the soles of the feet or just the pinky toes. And then let's take a moment to open up the toes a little bit. So we're going to open the big toe away from the pinky toe. And then when you're ready, let's finish off with windshield wipers. Excellent. All right. Bring the feet into the mat, and we're going to come down onto our backs. You can have your hands on the knees rolling onto the flat of the back. If you want, you can bring the elbows in towards the knees before you gently bring the head down to the floor. And let's do a couple of Apanasana here. So hands on the knees. Knees can be wide if that feels better on the neck and the back. Exhale, knees come in. Inhale, release. Do a couple of those. And then let's bring our feet down to the mat and we'll do a couple of bridge poses here, a couple of rounds. So we're going to start with the arms down by our sides, bringing the heels as close to the buttocks as is comfortable. On the first round, we're just going to lift the hips. So on an inhale, we're going to lift hips up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, release them back down to the floor. Again, inhale, lift. Just the hips towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Second round, we're going to add the arms. So on an inhale, arms come up. Hips come up, arms up overhead towards the ceiling or towards the floor above you. Exhale, arms back down by your sides, hips come down. Again, inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, arms down, hips down. And one more. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, arms down, hips down. All right, one more round. We're going to add an extra breath. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, hips come up. On the exhale, just the hips come down. Nice opening in the shoulders. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Again, inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Let's bring the knees back up into the chest. 3 to 5 Apanasanas. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. Excellent. And then we're going to do our LOLs. If you've done this before, I'm gonna do the full body one. So we usually do arms up, legs up, bend the knees, hands come to the knees. We're gonna do the full body where the legs come up and the arms come down. So you probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'll walk you through it. So let's start with the legs come all the way out on the floor. Arms are down by your sides. We're going to inhale, arms come up overhead to the floor above you. On the exhale, the legs come up and the arms come down. So the arms are down by your sides, feet are up towards the ceiling. If that's too much, you're going to always bend the knees. And then we're going to inhale, legs come down to the floor, arms come up overhead. So we're fully extended, hands above you, feet on the floor. On the exhale, arms down by your side, feet up towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms up overhead, legs come back down to the floor. Let's do one more. Exhale, arms down by your side, legs up towards the ceiling. Inhale, legs come down, arms come up. And then to come back, we're going to exhale, bring the arms down, legs stay where they are. Excellent. All right. Let's bend the knees. A couple more Apanasana to bring us back to a relaxed spine. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. And then we're going to bring, all right, so we're going to do a piriformis release. I don't have time for all of the 4 directions of the legs. So we're going to bring this right foot onto the left knee. So that left foot's on the floor, left knee is bent. We're going to bring that right foot onto that left knee or thigh. And we're going to take the right knee, and the whole thing stays together, and we're just going to bring that right knee over towards the right side. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Exhale, that right knee comes over towards the side. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, back over. Beautiful. Inhale, back to center. Let's switch sides. That right foot comes down to the mat. Left foot comes up onto that right thigh. And then we're going to go over towards the left side. So exhale, left knee towards the left side of the floor. Inhale, back up. So if you have one side that's tight, then you only want to do that one side, but I'm showing you both sides here. So exhale, left knee towards the left side of the floor. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, over. Inhale, back up. And one more. Exhale. And inhale. Beautiful. All right. Both feet down to the floor. Let's come back to a wide-legged Apanasana. At least 3. You can do a couple more if that feels okay. And after you finish those, feet come back down to the mat, and then legs come all the way out. And then we're going to inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale. So this is how we started class, with our arms coming up. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. All right, and then our last posture before relaxation, we're gonna bring the hands together, rub the hands, the palms, back and forth, build up some friction there, get some warmth there. And then we're just going to rest the hands over the eyes, feeling the warmth, letting the eyes rest. Take a couple of soft and smooth breaths. And when you're finished with that, arms come back down by your sides. Legs can come away from each other, feet away from each other, arms away from the body to relax the shoulders. Maybe tuck the shoulder blades closer together. And anything else that you need for your relaxation pose. Going to sit up so you can hear me a little better. And let's do full body relaxation, walking down the body, relaxing each part as we go. Starting with the feet. Relax the feet, the toes, soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the top of the thighs, the back of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the tongue be heavy and fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the eyes be heavy and fall to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready. And again with an inhale, using your upper arm to push up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way. Let's finish with sun breath number 2. So that is arms out in front. We inhale, the arms open. Exhale back. 3 times. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Again, inhale. And exhale. One last time, inhale. And exhale. Hands together back at the heart. As we go forth out into this beautiful, gorgeous fall day, let's go forth with kindness, compassion, and gratitude, not just for others, but especially for ourselves. Be like, may bow and say namaste. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.